I really want us to find ways to take what we do inside our buildings and to make it more available to people in the communities around.
I think we're now into the stage of thinking, what does this really look like going forward? So beyond just discussions, I think it's important that people continue to come together as cultural partners and statutory organisations and agencies in Fife. But really now we're getting into the series of, well, what does that look like in terms of commitments going forward? How are we going to ensure networks stay together and engagement continues?
I'm hoping to learn more really about, firstly, what is happening in terms of culture in the region, both where we're based in Kirkcaldy, but also the wider area, and what the challenges are for people, but also what the opportunities are. And I guess more about how we might work together to really benefit the area.
The problem everybody wants to address is this sort of idea of connectivity and sort of letting or joining up all the different bits of Fife, this sort of idea of it being a fragmented area. So I hope that something comes about, that there is a way of letting more people in Fife know about what's going on throughout the area, so they maybe do a bit more travelling within Fife.
I think the outcome of the event today looks clearly like we're going to be establishing some ongoing network and some ongoing projects and actions to take forward collectively, looking at the inclusion agenda as well, making sure that everybody can participate in what they deem to be cultural activity within Fife, and looking at some of those definitions as well, talking about accessing funding and a kind of parity of access to these opportunities as well, and looking at the different needs around Fife and different communities and different assets we have as well.
I hope this is about harnessing our collective power and vision.
And one of these people that believes it can only really be achieved by communication and stronger relationships. So this, again, another event today is a step in the right direction of strengthening that.
I love living in Dunfermline. I moved here, I'm not from here, but we're all very friendly here. So although I work at a museum down the street, we're standing in another museum here. We work together on projects. We have during school holidays, we do something called the Heritage Quarter Passport Scheme. So we never compete against each other. We always have an open door. We always like to meet regularly to see what we're up to. And I think that's really important for any business. You're doing it to help your visitor and help the community.
Keep talking in a way that is accountable and answerable to each other, but that we document it and drive forward with our purpose.
I think we need to think outside the box. I think sometimes we can think about our towns, the way that we do things, the way that we relate to our audiences and to each other can be quite set. And I hope actually, as we face a brand new world, that we can kind of get out of that and think outside the box a bit more radically about the role culture plays in our lives.